Okay, so your assignment for part of your test is going to be 8-35 on page 214. That and the transposition for it. So they ask for E minor. If you want to pick another key, that's fine, but just go ahead and state what it is at the beginning before you play it so I know what you're doing. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go and sight read, and I mean like sight read through 8-36, 37, and 38. No transposition for these. I just want this to be kind of a warm-up before you really start working on these. So important things when it comes to sight reading, make sure that you check out key signature and time signature beforehand. If you have, I'll go ahead and say pause and then look at it, finger through it. If you want to, you can kind of ghost play. We talked about that, I think, briefly last semester. Just moving your fingers and pretending that you're playing, so that way you get it without having, hearing the sound and that sort of thing. But let's start with 8-36. Okay, take a look at the key signature. We've got B flat and E flat, and we're in 4/4. Okay, so see if you can figure out while you're working what key you're in, and take a look at what the left hand is doing in comparison to the right hand, and see if you've noticed a pattern that's going on. We'll talk about it after we play, but go ahead and pause the video, work on it a little bit. When you feel ready to do it at a decent tempo, then hit play. Okay, if you're ready to go, we're going to play through it. Okay, see how many flats you can get. The goal is just to get better at this little by little. So let's go about 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so a hint for this one, and then we're going to go right to the next one. Take a look. That's an Alberti bass right there, which you may not have as an instrumentalist, obviously, but as a pianist, you see that quite a bit. So what you can do is play all the notes in that together and pretend it's a chord, and that might help you focus on getting them hands together slowly without it being overwhelming. Okay, that makes sense. Let's go into 8-37. We've got nothing in our key signature. We're in 4/4, so same thing. See if you can figure out the key signature. And then go ahead and pause the video and then press play when you're ready. Okay, if you've hit play, you're ready to go ahead and sight read. And this is Adagio Moderato. We'll go at a decent speed, nothing too fast. So 1, 2, ready. Okay, a tip for this one works a little bit better if you have the pedal. When you have all of those jumps, mainly in the left hand moving around, if you have that pedal, you can leave it down. If you noticed, I didn't hold the note all the way through. I let it ring out so that I could get to the next spot. If you don't have the pedal, it'll sound a little bit weirder. But you can do that same concept. Be thinking, I'm going to move down here and let go a little bit early. It's not the end of the world. Okay? The idea with sight reading, see if you can keep looking ahead. If we were in class, I'd covered up what you just played and forced you to go ahead, but we're not in class together, so we will have to make do, and it'll be a lot up to you. Okay, next one, last one, 8-38. Take a look at your key signature. We just have F sharp, and now we're in 3/4, so a little bit of different time signature. Okay, But go ahead and pause the video, take a look through it, especially look at the left hand and see what that's doing. Okay, if you've hit play, ready to go ahead and start sight reading. Allegro, no, we're gonna take it much slower, okay? When you do your own sight reading, especially when you sight read through the test part, try counting out loud so that you feel really solid. So, 1, ready, go. Good. So if you look at your left hand, you can see that we kind of have the little like 1, 4, 1, 5, 7 progression going on in some various forms. So what you can do, play all those notes together just like you did for 8-36, and that can help you kind of get the hands together before you try playing the full out rhythm and everything. Okay? All right, so with 8-35, when you sight read through it, do some of those same things that we just did. And then when you're doing the transposition, start with hands separate and make sure that those notes are all there and everything. And make sure that you write down the key signature of E minor or whatever key you choose to do, because that will be part of playing in a new key. All right, have a good week.